Hey guys, welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be reading for the month of September and Virgo season. We're going to have 3 groups for you to choose from so that you can receive the reading that you need in this moment. We're going to begin with a quick mindfulness meditation. I'm going to ring the same bowl 3 times. With each ring, take a deep breath in and a complete breath out. As you do this, sink into your body, relax into your body, ground yourself. Beginning now, breathe in. And now, if you're ready, look at the 3 groups before you. The first deck is the Universal Golden Tarot. The second is the Light Seers deck. And the third is the Osho Zen Tarot. Notice which deck stands out to you. Which one are you feeling drawn to? Follow your gut impulse. You don't need to overthink this. The first answer is always the correct answer. If you're not sure which one you're drawn to, there is a possibility that there are messages in all 3 for you. In that case, feel free to watch the entire video and pick and choose the messages that resonate with you. And once you've chosen, you can go down to the timestamps below and click on the reading that you'd like to receive, and I'll see you over there. If you chose the Universal Golden Tarot, then this reading is for you. We're going to shuffle the deck and just notice which cards come up, and we'll paint together a story for you. What does group 1 need to hear? You have some really beautiful cards. First, let's begin with the Magician. This was the first card that came out, and it's a really powerful energy. The Magician is a conscious manifester, conscious creator, and you are being called to embody this archetype right now. And you probably already are in this moment. This is somebody who knows that they are infinitely connected to cosmic source energy, somebody who knows and understands that they are an extension of existence, of nature, and that your job is to create. You have the support of all the resources you need, which these elements represent. So if you take a closer look, you can see that the pentacle is on the table, which represents the earth element. The cup represents the water element. The sword represents the air element. You have the wand, which is the fire element. So you have all the resources you need. You are infinitely connected, as the infinity sign suggests. You're tapped into the higher realms as above, and you are connected to Mother Earth so below. You can create literally anything your heart desires, as long as it is in alignment with your truth and with the truth of existence. So that's a really beautiful sea and a powerful card to begin the reading with. Then you have another very powerful card. You have Judgment. Judgment is often about moments of awakening, of rebirth, and this usually happens at a spiritual level where you're waking up from your own limitations, from rigidity, from living life half dead, half asleep, and you are waking up to more of the truth of who you are and truth of just reality as it is. And that can be really amazing, but also sometimes uncomfortable as well, or at least the path in getting to this point tends to be uncomfortable. You often have to go through a rite of passage, a period of contraction before expansion. So my guess is you probably went through some pretty confusing days, weeks, or months, and you're finally arriving in this place where energies have sort of settled down, calmed down. You've let go of the blockages, and you're now finally able to see things in a lighter and clearer sense. So that's really good to see. It looks like you are awakening to the fact that you can in fact manifest the life that you want, and that you have a certain amount of power in creating a life that is fulfilling and yet at the same time purposeful. You're coming to realize that your thoughts and emotions are simply energy that fuels action, and these actions, when performed with deep intention, give you the life that you seek. This may also be you going deeper in your spiritual practice and recognizing to the extent of which life is really just manifested energy. You know, I'm looking at this image over here of the angel and how the angel is blowing this horn. You can see the sound waves coming out, and this just gets me thinking about how everything physical that we see is really just energy, sound waves. And this is telling me that perhaps you're getting to this point of deep understanding, deep experiential knowing of this truth, and that even the most tangible things are just dense energy. And if you're at this point in your journey, you know what a big deal this is. To begin to see your reality in this sort of way can be so liberating. So that's what I'm getting. I feel like there are two groups of people. A group that is, coming to understand what manifestation really is, and that they're creators, powerful creators. And another group that is going deeper in this understanding and beginning to work with energy in a more intricate way. So that's awesome. As a result of this beautiful rebirth and awakening, you're going to be receiving something soon. I'm so excited for you. Whatever you're receiving is going to bring a lot of emotional fulfillment and satisfaction and love and just beauty. And yeah, I'm so excited for you. This can be a romantic partner, a romantic offer. Could also be honestly any other kind of offer that can give you emotional satisfaction. Something beautiful is coming your way, and you want to open up your door to receive this when the time comes. Now, despite this beautiful awakening that you're having and all these spiritual lessons being integrated, it does look like at the 3D level, in terms of work and what's happening in the physical world, you're having some indecision and perhaps relating to work. So you may be feeling a little bit stuck as to how to move forward. There are probably so many beautiful opportunities and possibilities out there, and you're just kind of stuck as to which one to go with. And that's okay. I'm getting that you don't have to make that decision just yet. Take your time with it. Make sure that you're not rushing into it prematurely. Don't go into agreeing to anything without actually feeling confident in your choice. And from this card, I'm seeing that you don't really have the confidence just yet. So take your time, at least for now, and continue to work as you've been doing. Do what's been working and just keep at it. Continue to nurture this momentum and hold off on some decisions until you're confident, you're fully sure that it's in alignment with your values, standards, and where you want things to flow. And the reason why I ask you to hold off when it comes to decision making is because you're being guided to practice patience and the gestation that's involved in a creative process. You're being guided to connect more to your feminine side, which is what the Empress represents. The Empress is divine feminine energy that is very grounded. You can see in the image that she is pregnant, and a woman's pregnancy is one of the most beautiful creative processes that you can observe from nature. The baby doesn't come out right away. I always say this, it takes 9 months. You can't rush the process with a baby. And with any other creative project, it really is the same. It may not look like that from the surface, but you do need your ideas to gestate and form and build momentum until the final product is ready to be received by the world. So treat this current, I want to say, work process that you're going through as a creative process that takes time to gestate and formulate until it is ready to finally be received. You want to trust divine timing, because if you rush out a product before it's ready, you run the risk of selling yourself short. So trust that there is an audience out there, a market out there that is gestating as well to be ready to receive what it is that you're wanting to put out into the world. And they're going to be ready to receive it when you are divinely guided to put it out into the world. Lastly, I'll tell you to have faith. I know that when it comes to manifesting, we often lose faith. It's easy to lose faith. This card just comes as a big reminder that you need to keep holding on. You need to have faith. Treat all your doubts as little tests of faith, because you can be so close, you might not even know it. So just keep holding on until you have your breakthroughs and those beautiful moments of realization and manifestation. Now I'm going to pull an oracle card from the Work Your Light deck. Oh, I love it. It says, trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? I feel called to look into the guidebook, so we're going to flip open the page for this card and I'll read it out to you. Okay. The universe is conspiring. Keep facing your true north. Your job is not to pave the path, but to simply keep facing your true north and take one step after another. If you do this, you can't go wrong. The universe is conspiring. Don't waver or doubt. Use your heart as a compass and put one foot in front of the other. If you follow the invisible trail of what lights you up, you will light up the world without even trying. Most people don't follow the highest call of their soul because they are waiting to see the end destination before they take the first step. If you take one baby step each day, within a year you will have taken 365 steps in your dedicated direction. If you want to write a book, write a page every day. If you want to change careers, do one thing every day in dedication to that. Before you know it, in just a year from now, you will turn back and look in awe at how far you've journeyed. Keep moving and open yourself up to a whole new world of support and receiving. Things are not going to work out the way you are planning, but if you have a little faith and keep showing up, they will work out even better than you could possibly imagine. Don't micromanage the universe. Trust your path and let your soul lead the way. Wow, I think that sums it all up. So I want to emphasize that you don't need to micromanage the universe. Just trust that you're doing enough and have faith. Don't micromanage because you are a co-creator. You're not the only one creating. Every single other person on this planet is also creating at the same time. And the universe is so intelligent in that it can allow all of us to co-create and manifest what fulfills us. And you don't know enough of what goes into the process. Just trust what you do know, trust your path and the direction you're going in, and keep moving. Keep generating momentum. Don't slow down. Keep holding on, have faith, and that's all you need to do. And you just have to trust your inner guidance and that sense of alignment, that direction that makes you feel good and that makes you light up. Follow your emotional guidance system, and that's all you have to do. That's a beautiful reading, group one. I hope that it was helpful, and if it was, leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. It's always so nice to hear from you. Anyways, I hope you have a beautiful day or night, and I'll talk to you soon. If you chose group 2, the Light Seers deck, this reading is for you. So I'm going to first shuffle and pull out some cards, and then we'll piece together a story for you. Group 2. What do you need to hear in this moment, Group 2? Okay, very interesting. So, first off, I want to acknowledge that there is a lot of momentum for you right now. A lot of momentum, meaning energy that is focused and directed to one place. So there's movement, there's energy moving, and that's always a good sign because we don't ever want to be stagnant. We want life to happen, and as long as something's happening, you are expanding, you are embracing life. So I like that for you. There is momentum, focused energy going in one direction. Let's find out what direction that is. So it looks like you may be taking your time to process repressed, unresolved emotional pain from past relationships, whether that be romantic or family. Maybe there were on some level, emotional or physical abuse, some dysfunctionality that led to heartbreak. And you're probably thinking to yourself now that you're able to be more observant and look back in a more detached way, probably thinking to yourself, were these relationships really worth the pain? And do I want to go through that again? The answer to that is always no, right? It's not worth it. And I know you don't want to repeat these same patterns again in the future. So it looks like you're coming to objectively understand your past and let go of repressed emotions. And that when it comes to letting go, there is always some form of energetic release. So if you need to cry, it's okay to cry. Crying is a release. You need to let it out. The only way for this pain to be released from your body is if you feel it and if you let it be there. If you acknowledge and validate your pain. So if you need to cry, cry. If you need to scream and you have the place to do that, scream. This can be physical. You can physically release emotions. Of course, you can also meditate and do this on a subtler level. And that's easier said than done, of course, but if you meditate a lot, that can be an outlet for you. Give yourself time to be in solitude and to process this at an energetic level. We have to use the mind to come to an understanding, but at the same time, a lot is happening energetically, and you have to make time and space for that too. So whatever that looks like for you, whether it be the physical catharsis or a subtle energetic release, do that. Do whatever is available to you to really let go of this pain, because you don't need it anymore. It's becoming very clear to you, I believe, that this no longer serves you. It no longer serves you to hold on. And I'm quite confident that you are going to successfully release this energy from your system because you have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is being connected to your divine feminine, being connected to your emotions and your intuition, feeling like your heart has been cracked open and that you're able to feel so much more in a compassionate, loving, and connected way is the most beautiful feeling to be the Queen of Cups, to embody this archetype. I want to emphasize that feeling of having your heart cracked open because it really feels like that. It's like, when you have happy tears and you're like, oh my God, life is so beautiful, and your heart is soft and maybe sore, but you're just in a really good place, and you feel safe again. It feels like you're being held, and you're connected to your emotions, and you know that you have the capacity to love yourself and others, and it's just so beautiful to be the Queen of Cups. And it looks like you are getting there. You're maybe already there as you're watching this. From there, I can see some more patience and waiting involved. Now, it's sort of vague over here as to exactly what's going to happen, but I can tell you the way in which you're going to approach what's going to happen. So with the Knight of Pentacles, this most likely has to do with your physical reality, your career, your home, family, and it looks like you're going to tread the waters in a slow and meticulous way, in a grounded, calculated way, so that you are conscious every step along the way, and that you're not doing anything out of, fear or rushed anxiety. You're really taking your time, you're taking action slowly but decisively, with a lot of clarity and sense of grounded safety. And perhaps the reason why you're slowing down is because you're waiting for your ships to sail in. Like this lady, looking over the cliff into the ocean. You are doing the same and waiting for your opportunities to come to you. And sometimes when I see this card, I say, you gotta go and meet your opportunities halfway. You gotta get on that surfboard and paddle all the way over there. But in your case, I want to tell you that you should just wait right now. Sit in your own sovereignty as the Queen of Cups with your big and generous, compassionate heart, and wait for those opportunities to come to you, because they always do when you let go of what's been holding you back. Opportunities always come the moment you decide to let go of what no longer serves you. So wait for that, because you will receive. And this is perhaps the most positive card in the entire reading, which is the Wheel of Fortune. We have our ups and downs, and right now the wheel is turning for you to receive your positive moments. So be on the lookout for that. Get excited and be open to receiving. Make sure your door's open, your heart's open, and something really good is coming. Your luck is turning around, so look forward to that. Now I'm going to pull an oracle card from the Work Your Light deck. You got Inner Temple, Devotion, Tune into the portal of your heart. So I'm going to use the guidebook and flip open the page for this card, and I'll read to you. The card is trying to communicate to you. You're being called to be a devoted student and tune into your heart, to incorporate true devotion into your life. You could be being called to develop a regular meditation, journaling, or chanting practice, or to show up to your soul with rhythm. To develop a daily practice where you fill up your well and spend time with your soul. All of the answers to all of the questions that you are seeking are waiting for you in the portal of your heart. But you cannot hear them unless you carve out time each day to listen. Your soul is yearning for a deeper relationship with you, and so the more time you spend with it and show up to it, the more clearly it will guide you. We are here to grow as souls. Earth is one big playground for the soul to learn, and you're being called to go deeper in your soul growth, or to increase your devotion by being a student of a lineage or a spiritual teacher. If you have already been a committed student, then you're being commended for your devotion. Your guides want you to know how proud of you they are, and that the time you spend in devotion is priceless. If you're questioning your career or life path, your guides want you to turn your focus toward devotion in this prayer. Use me in a way that delights my mind, body, and soul. May my life be one big moving prayer. And the call to action this card has for you is to commit to a daily devotional practice. I think what we just read is very fitting with these two cards that we explored earlier. I mean, in the Three of Swords, you literally have a heart, a badly stitched up and bruised heart, and you're going from this space to an expansive, heart-opening, feminine space that is the Queen of Cups. And this truly is spiritual, emotional devotion, being connected to the portal of the heart and feeling unconditional love, compassion, connection. So I love this message. I think we all need more of this in our lives. To tune into the heart space is one of the most powerful things you can do as a manifesting creator, as a spiritual being, as a human being that wants to be expansive and that wants to grow. I have a meditation for heart-centered awareness, so if you're interested in that, I'll have it linked to this video. But that's all for your reading, Group 2. I hope that it was helpful, that it resonated on some level, and if it did, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you, as always, and I'll see you soon. Have a beautiful day or night. If you chose the Osho Zen Tarot, then this reading is for you. So first I'm going to shuffle and pull some cards out for you, and then we'll piece together a story. What do you need to hear, Group 3? Alright, Group 3, I pulled out so many cards for you. Let's see if we can get through all of them. First, it looks like you're currently overthinking. You're too much in your head, overwhelmed by your thoughts, and thoughts compound, right? Thinking just creates more thoughts. So it's like the feeling of digging yourself a hole and not really knowing how to get out of it anymore. It can feel like you're dissociating from the body too, like you're low on energy. This is probably why you got these two cards right after. Participation, which is Four of Wands, and Three of Cups, celebration. And both of these cards suggest and want to encourage you to get out there, participate in some sort of social engagement, be around people, friends, loved ones, family, to just get out of your mind. Doing so can help you get back into your body instead of losing yourself in your thoughts. You can learn to be more present by enjoying the presence of another person and engaging in activities that are actually happening in this moment rather than just in imaginary space in your mind. So I hope this inspires you to get out there. I know it's not always easy, when you are overwhelmed by your thoughts. In doing so, you will have this experience of, it's like a mini awakening, where you'll feel like this bird. I love the imagery on this card where a previously caged-in bird is beginning to realize that the cage was actually just an illusion and there was all this open space for it to escape. You will have this sort of experience, a mini awakening, an understanding that you're actually not trapped, that your mind doesn't have to have such a big hold on you. You are a lot more in control than you think you are. So again, get out there and do some fun things with your friends if that resonates. If you want to understand your mentality right now from a more detached and objective place, then these two cards may help you understand the energetic components that are creating your mind patterns at the moment. So first you have morality, and this is when the mind often does this, where we feel like there has to be a right and a wrong, a right way to do things and a wrong way that is just totally unacceptable, and that gets us rigid. That makes us look like the Grinch. We think it's moral, we think it's proper, but it makes us lifeless to be in this sort of thinking and to always have to filter our experience through beliefs that other people gave us. Because chances are your current standard for morality or ethics or, just right or wrong probably doesn't come from you. Probably comes from your parents, your upbringing, your religious background, etc., your culture. But what do you really think? Because you weren't born this way. People taught you to be this way. Children aren't like this. Children are completely accepting of themselves and other people. The cards want you to be more present. But that's so vague nowadays. We love to throw that word around. Be present, be mindful. But what the experience is actually like is living life moment to moment and embracing the ordinariness that comes with that. So what I mean by that is, this is one of my favorite cards from the deck. I think the image says a lot. Embracing ordinariness is where we truly find joy in just seeing the beauty in the little things, and taking your time with these seemingly uneventful moments, but making the most of them can be so rewarding to live a full day like this. So I want to just kind of give you this challenge of trying it out. Can you live an entire day with appreciation for every little minute thing you do, an experience that you have? Say, you had cereal that morning. What cereal did you have? Did you have the cereal as a kid? And does it taste good? Does it remind you of your childhood? Things like that. Notice the very ordinary stuff that tends to pass you by when you're just in your head. Give yourself that challenge and live moment to moment. What's going to make this easier is if you embrace playfulness. So think about a toddler. When a toddler plays, they do so randomly. It's not like they've planned out their entire day and they're like, from 10 to 12, I'm going to play with the doll, and then 12 to 5, I'm going to play house, and 5 to 6, I'm going to play with my Play-Doh. They don't plan anything. They just go from moment to moment and follow their feeling. They might notice an empty cup laying around on the table. They'll pick it up and play telephone, then, put it back down and play with the dog, and then move on to something else. But they don't even know what they're going to do next. And that's what playfulness invites into our lives. This sense of innocence and openness to just experience whatever is around us. So how can you be more like a toddler? When you were a toddler, you didn't think the way you do now. You just lived life. You just experienced life because it was fun. It was fun to play. How can you reintroduce that into your life now? Can you try to embody a toddler for a day or a week and see what that does? Chances are it's going to make you realize that you're a lot less caged in than you thought you were. That these borders and limitations you had were in fact just illusions. So go out, play with your friends, participate in some form of activity that can encourage you to be playful and live moment to moment, and allow yourself to get inspired and fascinated by the small things in life, because they truly are the things that make us the most grateful in the end. So that's that when it comes to tarot. Now I'm going to use the Work Your Light deck and pull a card for you. Oh, I love this. It says, break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. It sort of reminds me of the understanding card where the bird flies away. In the same sense, you want to break the chain. So I'm going to read from the guidebook to understand the significance of this card. You're being called to heal your family line or free yourself from living the life of your ancestors. This could mean letting go of an old pattern of your maternal or paternal line, healing trauma from the past that is not even yours, or observing old ways of being that no longer serve you. We carry emotional trauma in our luminous field for up to 7 generations back. This is why family patterns can be the hardest to break. Often, they are not even ours to begin with, but we don't know any other way of being, and so we continue to play out the same drama. The thing to notice when ancestral healing comes up is that you cannot heal another person, but your own healing can cause another person to choose to heal. Energy is freed up. You're being guided now to look at your life and decide how you want to be. What ways of being or patterns are you ready to free yourself from? What part of your future do you want to rewrite? Now is the time to shake them off and dream of a new future into being. And this comes with a call to action. What old ways of being from your family line are you ready to let go? Seek assistance from your support team, tribe, friends, healer, coach, etc. to begin freeing yourself from it now. That is so fitting. It says, seek assistance from your support team, and that's exactly what we talked about earlier, right? Now is the time to seek assistance from people who may be able to help you heal and break the chain, break these old patterns that no longer serve your way of being. And the old patterns that we're talking about showed up in this morality card. This, like I said earlier, this did not start with you. This rigidness and judgment often stems from dogma, cultural dogma, religious dogma, and fear. Fear that may come from ancestral trauma, things that your lineage hasn't fully resolved and healed from. And now is your turn to break the chain once and for all and experience a life that is so much more enriching than this kind of rigidity that leads to so much sorrow. You have the opportunity now to heal your ancestral trauma and break the chain that is tied to these old patterns that no longer work. And your way to do that is perhaps embracing more playfulness, reawakening your playful inner child and the wisdom that you already had before the world bombarded you with conditioning. Return to that innocent wisdom of a toddler and embrace life as it is. It looks boring from the mind level, but from experience, it's the most enriching and fulfilling thing to experience: ordinariness. So that is your reading, group 3. I hope that it was helpful. Hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. I hope that you have a beautiful day or night. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider clicking the button down below. We would love to have you here. But anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.